Yo, what is going on, guys? Peak DFS, or you guys can call me Kevin, and I'm back for my NFL Week 2 picks on DraftKings. Most of these picks will apply for FanDuel as well. I was going to have this video up later or earlier in the week, but I was really busy. Had a bunch of exams this week. But let's get right into it. I'm going to do it differently. Instead of breaking everything down, I'm going to do 4 of my top favorite plays of each position. I think that'll be enough. Maybe 5. But let's hop into quarterback. We got Drew Brees at the top. Don't think I'll be paying up for Drew Brees this week. If I'm paying up for quarterback, really do love Big Ben today. He was full. He participated fully in practice today, so he's ready to go. I'm pretty sure he feels fine. Big Ben against his Kansas City defense, one of my favorite quarterbacks this week. He should be pretty popular at home. Struggled week 1 on the road. Bad road game. Bad weather as well. Really love this game right here for a stack. It's going to be really popular, but this is a chalk that I'm okay with rostering because I just love this game. Kansas City got shredded last week by Phillip Rivers. Really do love Big Ben as one of my favorite quarterbacks of this week. Got to keep up with that Aaron Rodgers news. He's still questionable with his knee. Dude, if y'all saw that interview with him when he beat the Bears, man, that dude was... They gave him some crazy painkillers, but he is questionable still with that knee injury. He was limping out there when he was playing too. So I don't know if if they're gonna make him go against this is a really tough defense. And if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go, then he didn't practice today. I wouldn't say I would say Aaron Rodgers probably not going to play in this game. I would think they would just get him healthy. I don't know why they rushed him back out there in that Bears game anyways to begin with. A player of this caliber, you need them healthy, especially for this Green Bay team. This is all they got. But if Aaron Rodgers does not play, this Minnesota defense is going to be very popular. Going down, kind of like Cam Newton in this matchup, could be a sneaky shootout. Going to my second favorite quarterback of the week. Second favorite quarterback. Man. It's got to be Jimmy Garoppolo here. Like this matchup for Jimmy Garoppolo. Against Detroit. The Jets just shredded them. Man, the Jets put up, I think it was 48 on them. Really do like this spot for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think this game could be relatively high scoring. So really love Jimmy Garoppolo as my second favorite quarterback. Or not, this is not in order, but one of my favorite quarterbacks on this slate. Third would be Patrick Mahomes going against Pittsburgh. This game should be very high scoring. Really do love Patrick Mahomes in this matchup. We saw what he did in week 1 against a very tough defense. I consider a tough defense in the Los Angeles Chargers. Mahomes, him and Tyreek Hill absolutely just went ham. He had 256 passing yards with 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. And we all know that Patrick Mahomes has that rushing ability. So I really do like him. If you want to go down... really do like Tyrod Taylor. I'm going to give you guys a sneaky quarterback play. Really do like this Ryan Tannehill. If you want to pay down, probably, cheapest quarterback that, 5,300, just a little cheap. Really do like this in tournaments. Ryan Tannehill, 5,300, going against the Jets. I honestly don't think the Jets are going to be, their defense is going to be that good. I just think Matthew Stafford have an off game. But I do like Tannehill, and I like pairing him up in tournaments. Going to running backs. One of my favorite running backs of the week is Christian McCaffrey going against Atlanta. Christian McCaffrey was pretty chalky last week, and he kind of busted. Not really, but people expected more out of him, so I expect his ownership to be down. It's a fantastic spot for Christian McCaffrey. Also, Greg Olsen went down. He refractured his foot or something. But this Atlanta team was very vulnerable to pass-catching running backs last year. And also, Keanu Neal is out, and Deion Jones is out. So that really boosts Christian McCaffrey. Really do love him here in Week 2 against Atlanta. One of my favorite running back plays on the board. Going down, another one of my favorite running back plays on the board, Adrian Peterson, 5,500, going against Indianapolis. It's a great matchup for Adrian Peterson. He got a ton of carries last week. I don't expect for him to get that many carries, like 26 or something. 26. I don't expect for him to get that many carries again. But I really do love this matchup here for Adrian Peterson. I think he can get to the end zone maybe twice here, and I can see him getting 100 yards again. Wait, did he get 100 yards? He got 96, got close. I think he can get 100 yards, 2 touchdowns here in this matchup. Fantastic matchup for Adrian Peterson. I'm going to give you another high-price play and then a low-price play. Really do love Melvin Gordon III here in this matchup against Buffalo. They should be up and controlling this game with Melvin Gordon. 7,400, I think it's a fantastic spot for Melvin Gordon. His price did rise, but I still think that's pretty cheap for Melvin Gordon's price. I really do love him. You can look at James Conner. Really like James Conner. Probably going to have him in a ton of lineups this week. Tevin Coleman could be interesting with Devonta Freeman out for Sunday. Going down here, I'll give you two cheap running back plays I really like. Really like James White in this matchup against Jacksonville. This is going to be a tough football game. Really do like this for James White. With Jacksonville's defensive backs, they should be on Chris Hogan. I don't know who's gonna cover Gronk, but I really do like James White with Rex Burkhead. I think he's concussion. Yeah, he's still in concussion protocol, and he's listed as questionable. I don't think Rex Burkhead. I don't think he's gonna play. And if he doesn't play, I like James White even more. He's going to get all the work at the running back if Rex Burkhead doesn't play. I really like James White here. Only 4,500. Nice value play. Last value play for running back I'm going to give you is Royce Freeman. 4,300. He rushed the ball 15 times last game. The only thing that concerns me, they split carries with him and Phillip Lindsay last week. But I still like this Royce Freeman for 4,300 going against Atlanta. It's a good matchup right here for Royce Freeman. I think he can do pretty good in this game. Probably he can get about the same what he did last week, and I can see him falling into the end zone here against this Oakland team. Going to wide receivers, favorite play on the board. Just jam them in. Antonio Brown, 8,800. This is too cheap for Antonio. I really do love this matchup. It's at home, going against a weak Kansas City defense. Antonio Brown should just have one of his master performances here, and I think you just jam him in. I think I'm going to have him in every lineup I play. I think this could be a week where Antonio Brown breaks the slate. I think he can go over 40 DraftKings points here. 8,800, really love Antonio Brown is my favorite wide receiver on the board. Next wide receiver on the board, these are going to be popular wide receivers this week, but for good reasons. I really do like Tyreek Hill. I said I'm gonna play this game because I love it, not just because it's chalk. I just love this game. Really love Tyreek Hill here. We saw how they used him in Week 1 with Mahomes. They used this dude exactly how he should be used. I think it's a great matchup for him, Tyreek Hill. Love him and Antonio Brown pairing them. I love a game stack of that game. Going down, another one of my favorite wide receivers is Jarvis Landry. Only 6,300 in the dome. Should be playing from behind this game. Really love Jarvis Landry. He got like 17 targets last week, which is just absurd. 15 targets. I think Jarvis Landry can get 100 yards and a touchdown here in this dome, especially that New Orleans defense looked pretty suspect. They did this last year where they looked very bad off the rip, and then they progressed to be really good towards the end of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again this season. So I really do like Jarvis Landry here against his so far suspect New Orleans defense. Going down, I'll give you a value play, one of my favorite value plays. You can look at Kenny Stills going down. Chris Godwin, if Deshaun Jackson doesn't go, which I think he's still in concussion protocol. Just let me type his name here, see if they have any news. Deshaun Jackson, concussion protocol, was a full participant at Friday's practice. He's still listed as questionable, but if Deshaun Jackson doesn't go, I think it's just a plug and play with Chris Godwin. I really do love him at only 4,600. Going to the tight end, my favorite tight end play of the week. These two right here, Jack Doyle. Angel looked really good, but he wasn't throwing the ball down the field. His average depth of target was very, very low. Not sure if he's afraid to throw the ball deep or if he can't. I don't know if his shoulder still hurts or what, but that sets up good for Jack Doyle. Really love Jack Doyle here. We saw that he got all the targets, most of the targets between him and Ebron. I think Jack Doyle 4,000 is a very solid play here. Should be pretty popular, but I do like him. Probably the most popular tight end this week is going to be George Kittle, 3,800. Really like George Kittle, stacking him with Jimmy Garoppolo. He had 9 targets for 90 yards, and man, this dude could have got, I'm not even kidding, he could have got 140 yards, but he dropped so many passes that could have been like 20 yards a pop. He also dropped a touchdown, I think. Going down, really like Jonnu Smith. I think that's how you say his first name. With Delaney Walker being out, 3,100, I think Jonnu Smith could be a very good value play. He's very athletic tight end. I really do like him in this spot. Only 3,100 if you want to go down for tight end. And then my last play, going to be Benjamin Watson in this game. Cleveland's just very vulnerable to tight ends. And if this game turns into a little shootout, I really do think Ben Watson could get 50 yards and maybe a touchdown in this game. Really like him at 3,400. Going to defense, David Johnson is questionable with a back soreness, I think it was. So if he's out, just the Rams are in a fantastic spot. Really love the Chargers here going against Josh Allen. That's just a really good matchup. Joey Bosa's still out, but I still think this Buffalo team, I think we're just going to stream defenses against them the whole season. So I really like the Chargers this week. Going down, if Aaron Rodgers does not play, I expect the Vikings to be the most popular defense we've seen in a while. Only at 2,600, that gives you a bunch of salary for only a 2,600 defense at the Minnesota Vikings caliber. Only if Aaron Rodgers misses, because that would just be a freaking one matchup that I would love to target. They said Mariota's gonna play, but they also said Blaine Gabbert could play too. I'll give you one more defense here that I'm liking for this week. There's not many really. I'll just stick with those three: the Rams, the Chargers, and if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play the Vikings. That's all That's all that I have for you guys this week. If you guys killed it week 1, let me know if you used some of my picks from last week. Let me know if you